Oscar Romero was one of the most influential people in the 20th century. Oscar Romero lived his life to serve God and never faltered in his pursuit of his faith. Oscar Romero was an influential person committed to social change and possessed a spirituality that empowered him throughout his life. Romero was born on August 15, 1917, to a poor family. At the time of Romero's birth, the church was being persecuted. During Romero's younger years, he could often be found at the town's local church, and by the age of 13 decided he would like to become a priest. Romero was only educated until the age of 12 because his family could not support his tuition. At the age of 13, he joined the minor seminary in San Miguel. Romero served in San Miguel for 23 years, where he accomplished many amazing tasks. Romero served in many church groups, helped church members struggling with alcohol, and led the construction of San Miguel's cathedral. Romero worked hard to have radio stations broadcast his Sunday masses for those who felt they were not worthy to be in the same church as some of the more wealthy citizens. In 1977, Oscar Romero was appointed Archbishop of El Salvador. Rutilio Grande, a fellow Jesuit priest, had recently been assassinated, and this had a deep impact on Romero. Romero gained a new sense of radicalism and worked endlessly to help the poor, those facing social injustices and violence. Romero wrote letters to President Jimmy Carter asking for him to stop spending U.S. military aid because it was only leading to more injustices. There were 14 major families in El Salvador that ordered the military to kill people on strike, union organizers, and human rights activists. The military murdered many innocent people in order to collect cash payments for their killings. Romero reached out to the president of El Salvador multiple times to investigate the murders of priests and civilians. However, his efforts fell on deaf ears. Priests continued to be assassinated and 3,000 peasants were killed per month. Romero had tried every way he could think of to help the people of El Salvador. Now he turned to his faith alone. Romero continued preaching and broadcasting his masses. On March 24, 1980, while celebrating Mass at a local church within a hospital, Oscar Romero was assassinated. Over 50,000 people gathered to mourn the death of Oscar Romero. At the service, bombs and gunfire filled the area and left 40 mourners dead. Shortly after Romero's death, El Salvador became engulfed in a civil war. Oscar Romero lived his life working to create social change. A key factor in his ability to do this was his spirituality. Romero was born with a deep spirituality, however, that spirituality continued to grow throughout his lifetime. Romero's experience as Archbishop and the extreme events of Rutilio Grande's assassination in his first week as Archbishop greatly affected his own spirituality. It changed Romero's conservative ways, and he began his pursuit to change the injustices throughout El Salvador. Romero described the experience saying it was like a call from God. From that point on, Romero began fully pursuing liberation theology through much more assertive ways. Romero believed changed circumstances required a change of action, even a change of vision. Romero was heard saying at one of his masses,
"No soldier is obliged to obey an order contrary to the law of God. In his name, and in the name of our tormented people who have suffered so much and whose laments cry out to heaven, I implore you, I beg you, I order you, stop the repression!"
Those close to Romero claimed he did not change in his spirituality, he only expressed it to the outside world in a way he saw more effective. Romero's goal in life was always very simple: strive to do whatever God asked of him. When Romero saw the injustices happening around him, he knew God wanted him to work endlessly to help those that were being oppressed. In 1997, Oscar Romero was given the title Servant of God. Romero's canonization process is still ongoing, however, many believe Romero will eventually be canonized. Regardless of Romero's canonization, he lived a selfless life giving to others and God.